I'm Steve, and welcome back to Movie Chat. I'm going to deep dive my way through the Batman. I know what you're going to say, little Steve, but Steve, we've been strong with Batman content this week, and you're right, we have. However, hopefully, I can put you in the picture and get you as hyped for this movie for what has been touted as a dark, gritty Batman film. The Batman's scheduled for release on March 2022, so we've only got a couple of weeks left for this to go through. On the back of this movie as well, there has been several series that have been confirmed for release that's going to delve deeper into Gotham's criminal underworld. The Batman's going to introduce us to an earlier version of the character, dropping the audience into the second year of Batman's vendetta against crime in Gotham's been no accident. It's confirmed that the movie will not go over the character's well-established origin story again. That's been done to death. So we're going to see Bruce now questioning how successful his methods have been, and that's when the Batman will suddenly come up against the Riddler. This is a much darker version of the Riddler that we're used to, a serial killer that's going to target the elite of Gotham City. Batman slowly uncovers corruption and connects his own family during the investigation, and is forced to make new alliances to catch the Riddler and bring the corrupt to justice all at the same time. Robert Pattinson wasn't given an easy ride when he was announced as Batman. I, for one, joined the bashing bandwagon with comments such like, "The Twilight Boy is going to be Batman, what the fuck's this all about?" As the sixth actor to take on the Batman on the big screen, Pattinson joins the like of Michael Keaton, Christian Bale and Ben Affleck by putting his stamp on the role. To be completely honest with you, once all the footage has started to emerge, I've started to believe he's going to be more capable of bringing something new to the franchise, and I'm liking all the promo stuff as well. Appearing with Pattinson, the supporting cast includes Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, who's Catwoman, Paul Dano, the Riddler, Jeffrey Wright, who's Jim Gordon, and Andy Serkis, who's Alfred Pennywise. Jeffrey Wright's confirmed his role, and he's going to return in the spin-off series Gotham PD. I'd like to say these characters look great and definitely a different take on previous versions that we've had. I'm looking forward to see Andy Serkis in front of the camera. I'm so used to seeing him playing CGI characters, and I just can't shake that image of him in 13 going on 30 out of my head. The one character I would like to focus on is Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobblepot. He looks awesome. Whoever said becoming the Penguin was going to be easy? Farrell, who certainly looks nothing like the traditional picture of Oswald Cobblepot that we get in the Batman lore. He's completely unrecognisable in his makeup as the Penguin, to a point where most people probably wouldn't even know it was him. By all accounts, it wasn't an easy, fun process either. He's told us in interviews that at the start it took him 4 hours to get into the makeup. However, due to the timescales and whatever else, they did get it down to 2 hours for him. Cobblepot is only in the film for a few scenes. However, another character is confirmed in his own spin-off. The Penguin spin-off, which doesn't have an official title yet or an official release date, but this is the second series that's been confirmed on the back of this movie, and it's not even been released yet. The Batman's promised us a rugged and stripped-back approach to the tried and tested hero. He's going to maintain a no-kill rule, which has been carried out by most incarnations of the Dark Knight. However, this film does leave it open to interpretation to whether this Batman actually wants to kill and is being held back for some reason, or is he just trying to dish out a fair amount of punishment to the criminals. My biggest complaint in the film is that we're seeing the same villains return. Batman has such a good collective of baddies to choose from, and the selection is we're going back to Catwoman, the Penguin, the Riddler, and these have all been featured in earlier Batman films. With characters like the Riddler and the Penguin already played by Jim Carrey and Danny DeVito, and the never-ending Catwoman with Michelle Pfeiffer and Hathaway Halle Berry, and let's face it, her movie was a god-awful one. These characters, in my opinion, have been explored in the series already, origins and all, so why do we continue to see these same tired but tested villains? And it goes back to the points that we've been making on our show quite regularly here about nostalgia. You know these characters and you love these characters, so what Hollywood are doing, they seem to be pulling in the characters that we already know, rebooting them for future generations and hoping us oldies, I consider myself an oldie now being at 39, are going to go back and see the films and see if we can capture some of that nostalgia and love for characters that we already know, instead of investing the time to develop new characters for us to explore. It also looks to me that the suit and other aspects of the film have been styled with the Batman animated series in mind. The animated series is often regarded as a defining interpretation of Batman. This version of the Batmobile is so much more understated of the awesome, well-known vehicle that we're used to, rather than being covered in weaponry and fins and looking like a cross between a tank and a sports car. This Batmobile is a simple souped up muscle car, but yeah, it's still got that very intimidating look about it. In the clip where you see the engine sparking and the revs going before you see the car dancing through the traffic in pursuit of the Penguin, and then you even see it leaping through an explosion. I do have to say, the new look on the car and the take it has, it's really taken me back, and it's not what I was expecting to see. However, it does work. If the Batman takes the route of the animated series tone and the creative choices, I think it's going to tick a lot of boxes for fans, and then hopefully give us that solid foundation for a new Batman franchise on the back of this. There's plenty to suggest that the Batman's not going to be a bright and happy affair, and the fact that Robert Pattinson has doubled down on the idea that there's dark, gritty times coming for the Dark Knight. Needless to say, I'm looking forward to this movie with just a month away, and it's definitely going to be one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Well, for me it is at least. Anyway, I think I've covered most things and not spoilt too much. Apart from the Riddler going after Gotham's High Rollers, there's not much of the film's storyline that we know about. It's still unknown at this point. I think the news of the new spin-off series have come at the right time. The announcement that the Arrowverse is finally going to come to an end, and Titans doing well with an awesome storyline about the Red Hood in the last series. I think we're finally getting some good content coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and why not join us on a Thursday night for our live shows. We're also on Facebook via Movie Chats and Film Geeks, and we're on Instagram at Movie Chats 2021. Now, my aim for the channel is for us to get to 300 subscribers by the end of April, and we're currently at 145, so we do need your help. I've been Steve, you're watching Movie Chats, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.